Hey Appleheads, Kim loves MJ because Kim loves MJ. Welcome back to another video. I had the idea that I could show you guys my book and magazine collection. Now some of you may get a little bit deja vu. I don't know what the word is. Some of you may be wondering if I've already shown my collection before, and yes, I did. I had a video, a very long video actually, about half an hour long, where I showed my full Michael collection. However, I wasn't entirely satisfied with the quality of that video, and also my collection has updated since then. So I thought that I would, instead of doing like another long video where I go through all of my stuff, I thought I would do it in chunks, where I do multiple videos, where I show my collection. And today I just wanted to show you guys my books and my magazines. So I'm not going to go in any particular order. Of course, I'm going to section it by books and magazines. But in terms of like what books I'm showing you first, I'm not going to have any order. The only order I will have is that I will show you the ones that Michael wrote first. I have two of the ones that he wrote. I know there was another book, I believe it was called My World, but as far as I know, that's a picture book and it's super rare. No way am I ever going to get that one. But the first book that he wrote was Moonwalk. For those of you who aren't familiar, he wrote an autobiography and released it, I believe, in 1988, where he pretty much talks about his life from childhood up to then. And I really enjoy this book so much, and you know, I just love having insights about his life and everything through his own words and everything. Also, it's really cool to see these inserts of pictures and stuff. Yeah, he pretty much just goes over like his thoughts and feelings about things, and he clarifies some stuff, like, you know, like certain rumors about him and everything like that up to that point. I honestly wish he would have had another autobiography afterward, because after when this was released, everything happened, you know, but you know. But look at the insert here, look how pretty that is. The next book that he wrote is called Dancing the Dream. It's pretty much a collection of all kinds of poems and short essays and short stories that he wrote. And it comes with a whole bunch of pictures and everything. I was literally ranting and raving about this book to my boyfriend the other night. I was like reading him some of the stuff because it's really good. He has really great insights on things. So I definitely recommend this if you like poetry, or if you like little reflective essays. I definitely recommend getting this. Also, this is so random, but I have no idea how I'm gonna do this video. I need prescription glasses or somewhere, but I was like, it doesn't match my outfit. So I'm not gonna do this. But anyways, the next book I'm gonna be talking about is written by his bodyguards that he had back in 2006 to 2009, named Bill and Javon. It's Remember the Time Protecting Michael Jackson in His Final Days. I really love this book so much, and I definitely recommend this if you want to get insight on the last few years of his life, but also just, I would say the big thing is just mostly like the paranoia that he felt about getting harmed and things like that. So the fear that he had, how it plays out into his life, and I don't know, you just get a lot of insights, you know, because they pretty much lived with him. So a lot of wonderful stories in this one. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. I love the pigeon story. The next book I have here, My Friend Michael by Frank Cassio. What I really love about this book is that it offers insight into how Michael had friendships with children and how that played out through example, because I don't remember how old Frank was nor how old Michael was when they first met. However, you know, I would say this book offers kind of like that insight that yes, they didn't have a conventional friendship, but it was purely innocent, and also just how Michael would teach a lot of things, like just made sure that education was important and meditation and all that kind of stuff. The power of belief. It comes with a lot of cool photos too. It comes with a whole lot of cool photos too. Like, look at Neverland. Oh my god, Neverland. Okay, guys, I don't know if y'all heard, there was a fire near Neverland that almost threatened Neverland. Thankfully, firefighters were able to save Neverland. But, like, oh my god, look how beautiful. Ah, goodness gracious. But anyways, so I personally love this book. There are a couple things that he said that I kind of disagree with, like with the things involving Sony and stuff. I disagree, but I love the stories in general, and I also honestly learned a lot about Michael through this. I would say definitely this is the kind of book that you'd have to read if you already are a big fan of him, that you already know a lot of stuff about him and things like that, because it's definitely one of those books where you accept somebody's flaws and all kind of thing. And so I would definitely say, like, you know, I recommend it for the fans and stuff. This one I have not read, so I really can't give a whole like review on it. I'm so sorry, but I plan to. And I know that this is not all just about Michael. I'm aware of that. But it's Latoya's book, Latoya Jackson, Starting Over. I got it simply because I know that, well, first of all, Michael's on the cover. So he plays some kind of important role in this. But you know, I just wanted to, you know, hear different perspectives on the Jackson family, you know, because, I mean, I know that Latoya was never as reliable because of, you know, the things that she went through, where she, oh no. I just saw a picture of her with bruises on her eyes. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, that's so sad. But, you know, I know that because of what she went through with her abusive ex-husband? Boyfriend. Ex-husband. The abusive ex-husband, that he, forced her to say some things that weren't true. So I'm aware of that. Some people may not really find her to be reliable. However, this was written afterward, where, you know, she was able to be her own woman and be able to speak her mind. And so that's what I'm excited to read about. Even if it has not that much to do with Michael, I would definitely love to read about her story and what she went through and how she rose above it, basically. So I'm excited to read this one of these days, once I have time. This one I also have not read. I'm so sorry. Uh, some of these I haven't read. I'm just gonna preface that. But anyways, this one is called Michael Jackson Incorporated: The Rise, Fall, and Rebirth of a Billion-Dollar Empire. I got this in Vegas when I went to the MJ1 boutique that they have next to the MJ1 theater. If you have not seen that show, please go see it. It is beautiful. I've seen it 3 times, and I will reiterate that again at some point during my collection because there's something that involves the MJ1 show. But anyways, so yeah, so I got it there. They were selling this at the time, and I have not read it, but as far as I know, it has to do with like business matters and things like that. So I'm excited to see like the business aspect, because I know some people have admired his business ethic and everything like that. And to be honest, I don't know much about it. I don't know about business. So I would definitely be interested in reading this. This one I also have not read, but I'm very excited because it was written by a fan who knew him very well. This is A Real Life Fairy Tale, Michael Jackson and Me. I've heard people recommending this book, like people who really know Michael and everything like that. They recommended this book, and honestly, I'm very excited to read it. I almost started reading it, but then I got caught up with life and stuff like that, so I haven't really gotten the chance to start. But reading the back is just, it just sounds so beautiful. As far as I know, I heard that she's a really great writer and she can transport you to, you know, her story as if you're living through it. So I'm excited for that. All right, this next one I read halfway through and I have not quite finished. Honestly, it's because I do have some strong feelings about this. I have here You Are Not Alone, Michael Through a Brother's Eyes by Jermaine Jackson. I can feel my boyfriend laughing because I told him about I told him about the including Jermaine and the Word to the Bad diss track. The best part about having a boyfriend and being like a Michael stan is just being able to talk about him all the time, and he doesn't get offended. He's just like, yes, I want to know more. So I told him about the whole Jermaine thing. But anyways, so I forgot to mention he also wrote a book about Michael, and pretty much as like a, you know, memoriam to him. And I read halfway through. I went halfway through. However, I do have some feelings about it so far. I know I told you in my previous video, like my previous collection video that I have since privated, that I would get to this book and that I would tell you my thoughts about it, and I have not finished it. But I will say I'm not really down for the excuses made for Joe. I am not down with it. Sorry, that's a cord. It's just a plug.
It's just a plug. It's just a plug.
Yeah, you jumped back too.
Sorry. I'm not really down for that, to be honest. And also just the excuses that he made about this diss track. And also because I heard that Jermaine is not the most reliable either. A lot of the Jackson family, everyone's got different stories, so... Oh well. Speaking of somebody that also has different stories, Jermaine's ex-wife. Okay, so this is the Jackson family values. I did read this one, and it was quite the quick read. I was surprised. I think I read it in like 3 days. I was surprised that I was able to read it so fast. I think it's because I was just very invested in this. It's a lot of the messiness that has to do with the Jackson family. There are some things about Michael in here, but not really. It's mostly Jermaine focused, to be honest, because obviously she was Jermaine's ex-wife. There are allegations made here that Jermaine would beat her. I'm not saying they're true. I'm not saying they're false either. No, since this is a Michael channel, I might as well talk about him. I don't know, just like all the wonderful stories that are in here about him. I don't know, like there's something that warms my heart. Something about how he would stay in touch with her kids despite being the busiest Jackson. So that was nice. This next one I have mentioned in a video. If you've seen my video about me reviewing the Michael Jackson The Case for Innocence podcast, pardon me, you will know that I have mentioned this book at the end of the video. I also mentioned the Frank Cassio one, but I have here Michael Jackson Conspiracy by Aphrodite Jones. I love this book so much. It pretty much talks about the 2005 trial and how that went with the Gavin Arvizo allegations and everything. I really love this. This book does not hold back on anything. So definitely I will say take this if you can stomach the allegations that are made in this book, because there are plenty that are made, and also some of the things that have to do with like evidence, you know, things that were put forth in trial and stuff like that. So definitely if you can stomach that, absolutely. Some people can't, and that's okay. But if you can, this is a good read. I was info dumping to my boyfriend about the 1993 case. Maybe it's time I info dump about the 2005 case. Now, the last two books that I have before I show you my magazines, these are kind of like collection book type things. These are like bigger books. This one is Michael Jackson Treasures. Now, some of you may recognize this. I got this years ago when it was inexpensive. I think now it's a little more expensive. I'm not quite sure why, but pretty much inside the book is a lot of like copies of like little treasures and things like that that have to do with Michael's. For instance, you go to this page, right, and you'll have like these little card inserts, like when the Jacksons had their little cartoon TV show, or a copy of an advertisement that was made at the day to promote ABC, or a copy of a ticket to the Dangerous Tour, a copy of a Neverland note paper. I don't know how they got all this, to be honest, but I feel great. Or or a copy of the not guilty verdicts on all 14 counts, or a copy of his will. I can feel my boyfriend just blocking me.
بلوك عارفاها؟ بلوك على الفيسبوك، بلوك على الواتساب، بلوك تليفونات، بلوك انستجرام، بلوك 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 عفوا بلوك بلوك.
But anyways, fun stuff like that. And then the last book I'm going to show you, because this is really cool. I did show you this in that one previous video that I privated, but this is The King of Style by Michael Bush. Pretty much he goes over like the ways in which this Michael's style was created, and you know, the different costumes and stuff. I have a few signatures in here that I'm going to show you. So I know y'all are going to hate me for this one, but I do have John Branca's signature right there. I also got it signed by Michael Bush himself. Right there, on this photo right here. I also got it signed by Miles Frost, who plays Michael in the Broadway version of MJ the Musical. And last and certainly not least, I got it signed by Michael's son, Prince. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. he was the whole reason why I went to the MJ1 birthday celebration, was in the hopes of meeting him, and I did, and I was freaking out. If you want to see all the information about how I got it signed and, you know, just the MJ1 birthday celebration in general, you can definitely check the link in the description, or I might have it on a cue card somewhere up here. But pretty much I did a whole vlog on that whole thing, and I definitely recommend seeing the vlog because I had a really great time. So all right, now on to the magazines. Some of them are strictly Michael related, and some of them just happen to mention Michael. One of them that kind of happens to mention Michael is Paris doing the Rolling Stone magazine interview. Paris is Michael's daughter. She does an interview, and she happens to be asked questions about how Michael was as a father and things like that, but she's also asked questions about herself and her life. This one is one that happens to have Michael in it. It's The Awesome 80s. And as you can see, Michael is there on the front with Thriller. There are other times where he shows up here. Sorry. Here it is. Thriller being #1 right there. Alright, this one also happens to have Michael in it. It's from Ebony Magazine. It's called Black Brilliance, 50 Greatest Male Singers of All Time. And pretty much, Michael's there. Pretty much it goes over some of the biggest male black artists of our day. And it has a nice insert of Michael right here. I remember screaming my head off when I got this in the mail. It did have a scratch on it, which is fine. It's fine. This one is Michael focused. This one's Michael Jackson's Thriller, and this was released around the time like Thriller 40 was happening, but pretty much it goes over up on his life up to Thriller, and mostly has to do with Thriller, and there's a lot of pictures here. I think I'm just gonna show you like this, and it shows like his life up to Thriller and things like that, and also mostly about Thriller, to be honest. You know, the whole writing process, and you know, his impact, you know, the impact that he made from the Thriller album and the Thriller era and things like that. I really enjoy this magazine so much. I found it at CVS randomly one day, and I was like, this one's also Michael related. This one is special. You can see me squinting. I can't see right now. Special collector's issue 10 years after his death. I have not read the whole thing, but it just goes over his sorry, it just goes over his life and things like that. You know, it's just a lot of pictures here. Oh, that's lots of pictures here. This last magazine I'm going to show you is Life magazine, and it's my first ever magazine that I got of Michael, and I do have a specific memory of it. I won't go into everything like that, but pretty much I got this back in 2014. It says Remembering Michael 5 years later, so this was issued 5 years before this one, and it's been 5 years since this one. Wow, time keeps going, doesn't it? Anyway, so this is a Life magazine. I believe I read this one, but pretty much can you see my, yeah, you can see my old name there. Oopsie. Anyway, so it pretty much just goes into his life and everything like that, and obviously it's accompanied with a lot of photos as well. It just goes over. This one makes me depressed. Okay, anyways, you know, it just goes over his life story. Why are there so many of him when he was a kid? I'm gonna start crying. I don't know what it is about seeing little Michael. Seeing little Michael just makes me like, ouch, you know. But anyways, so why is there so many? Please just get to adult Michael. Okay, thank you. Anyways, so it just goes into like his impact and everything, and some stuff about his private life, and you know, just his life in general, really, just a way of like remembering him and everything. Oh my goodness, I miss him. But yeah, I remember getting this magazine. I remember everything about getting it and everything. And I just remember like taking it to school with me, or like when it got dented at one point, because I got a little dented right there, I put it under my mattress hoping it would straighten out. But yeah, I miss him. Anyways, that is my book collection, my book and magazine collection. I will do other videos someday about like, you know, my music collection, like my CDs and my vinyls and DVDs and stuff like that. I will go into those one day, maybe in a few months. I'm just enjoying life, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more. If you want to see more Michael Jackson related content, this is the channel for you. Keep on walking, Applehead. Bye bye.